Jo is a big ball of energy. She feels things so deeply and reacts very strongly to everything that happens. When she's happy, she is happy and bouncing off the walls, but when she's sad, she's devastated, and I think that brings a different kind of energy that's really real and that I personally can relate to.
Beth is shy around other people, so that's unique because the other girls are pretty outspoken, but she's very internal. She thinks in her head first, and I don't think the other girls do as much, and she's the peacemaker.
Amy is different from the other girls in the fact that she cares a lot about how she is viewed in society. She still has a lot of growing up to do. That's a big part of Amy that sets her apart from her sisters.
Meg is unique among the sisters for a few reasons. She is the oldest, and so she is the nurturing character that really cares deeply, not only about herself or about how she portrays herself, but just about the younger sisters and how they grow and develop into women.
This show is so deeply rooted in family and growing up, and it's so real today. I learn new things about myself throughout the show, just with the feeling of family and the real trials of life and how you're able to push through them.
It's a really modern story. The themes are really modern and the characters are really relatable, and it goes through a lot of things we go through with our families, like first loves and sickness and missing people and trying to express yourself. So it's a really relatable story, and I think people will like that. I think the show has a lot to say about values and about loyalty. Some hard things do come and some unexpected trials come, but they really have to bond and stick together. And so I think getting to learn to do that on stage with these people gives us a greater bond off stage as well, as we kind of, take the principles of what we're learning into who we truly are.
People underestimate stories about women, and this story is a powerful story about how much of an impact women can have, even in an era where women weren't really expected to be as creative or as groundbreaking as all of these characters were. They're not afraid to go after what they believe in, and I think that's inspiring.
My favorite part about being involved in Little Women is just the fun that everyone brings. Everyone has their own unique way of working in this play, and I just really enjoy acting and having lots of fun with great people.
My favorite part about being in the show is actually being able to go every day for 3 hours and play a younger character who's full of the joy of life, and then to walk away at the end of the rehearsal process and kind of be a little bit younger and be a little more joyful.
My favorite part about being in the show is just the people I'm working with. Just working with my friends, making a project come to life. I think that's my favorite part.
The atmosphere created by the cast, the crew, the people are what make this thing great. But the atmosphere that they create is what brings it to life and what will ultimately bring it to life for the audience too.
As I tell my students in set design, it's not our job to create a work of art that everybody oohs and ahs. Our job is to create an environment that promotes the show, that pushes the show forward. And so you want to design a set that's going to work for the director and their concept. Hundreds of hours actually just go into the design, but lots of hours, and then of course to construct it. Just hundreds and hundreds of hours to put it together. A lot more time goes into putting on a play than anybody can possibly imagine.
I think costuming is part of telling the story. We're working with a rental company, so for part of it I just take what I'm given, but I also try to think about who the characters are. Would Jo wear this color? Would Beth wear this color? Will the actor playing Amy look good in this? So both the characters and the actors themselves are going to influence what they're dressed in.
Guys should come and see this show because it's theater, because there are in fact guys in the show, even though it's called Little Women, and because it's funny And it's actually probably really preparatory for any of these guys that will probably someday have daughters. So it's kind of a shadow of what will happen.
As a guy, it would be fun for me to go see it because I love theater and I love watching it being done and just the whole theater in itself. If you're a fan of great literature or great theater, this is a great show to go see.
If people come and see the show, they're definitely going to laugh and they're going to have their emotions moving and they're going to have a fun time.